Muslims proclaim with confidence that Islam is not only divine but scientific, its wisdom transcending the limits of 7th century minds. The words of Allah delivered through Muhammad are said to align with modern science, proving Islam as absolute truth. Yet, when we examine Muhammad's revelations closely, what emerges is not divine brilliance, but 7th century superstition dressed up as scientific truth. In this video, I'll present some of Muhammad's scientific statements, and you can judge for yourself whether this illiterate man truly tapped into divine reservoirs of knowledge 1400 years ago. We are assured by the Quran that Muhammad is never misled, and he speaks only what Allah ordains, and Muslims are commanded to embrace, without question, whatever Muhammad declares. The following scientific proclamations, spoken by Muhammad, must therefore come directly from Allah. So let's get into it and unravel the so-called science of Islam. Abu Huraira reported that he heard Allah's messenger as saying, "Nigella seed is a remedy for every disease except death." I heard Allah's messenger saying, "Whoever takes 7 dates in the morning will not be affected by magic or poison on that day." These statements assure Muslims that Nigella seeds and dates are the cure for every ailment under the sun, capable of warding off poison and even the forces of magic. And yet, in a cruel twist of fate, the Prophet of Islam died from a poison, despite promoting the curative properties of these superfoods. To fully appreciate the irony of it all, I suggest you watch my previous video, where the full depth of Muhammad's demise is laid bare. If a fly falls into your drink, dip it into it, then throw it away, for on one of its wings is a disease, and on the other is a cure. A group of people came to Medina, and they became ill, so the Prophet ordered them to go to the herd of she-camels and drink the camel's urine and milk as a medicine. Drinking camel urine is not a health miracle and has potential to deliver bacterial, parasitic, and toxin-related infections, yet who needs such mundane concerns when Muhammad declares it a cure? There is a bone in the human being which the earth would never consume, and it is from this that new bodies would be reconstituted on the day of resurrection. They said, "Allah's messenger, which bone is that?" Thereupon he said, "It is the spinal bone." The Jews came to the Prophet and said, "Inform us about the thunder." He said, "An angel is responsible for the clouds. He has a piece of fire wherever he drives the clouds." They said, "Then what is this noise we hear?" He said, "It is him striking the clouds when he drives them on." Ablution, or the act of washing oneself before prayer, is a ritual that Muslims must observe. But if you assume that such a crucial act of purification demands the use of clean water, you would be mistaken. It was said, "O Messenger of Allah, you perform ablution from the well into which the bodies of dogs, menstrual rags, and garbage are thrown." He said, "Water is pure, and it is not made impure by anything." One of the wives of the Prophet took a bath from a large bowl. The Prophet wanted to perform ablution. She said to him, "O Prophet, verily I was sexually defiled." The Prophet said, "Water not defiled." Messenger of Allah, the truthful and the receiver of the truth, informed us, saying, "The creation of humans is gathered in the form of semen in the womb of your mother for 40 days. Then it becomes a clinging thing in similar period. Then it becomes a lump of flesh. The man's water is thick and white, and the woman's water is thin and yellow. Whichever of them comes first, the child will resemble that parent. Yawning is from Satan, and if any one of you yawns, he should check his yawning as much as possible. For if any one of you during the act of yawning should say, 'Ha!' Satan will laugh at him. A bad dream is from Satan, so whoever has seen in a dream something he dislikes, then he should spit without saliva, thrice on his left, and seek refuge with Allah from Satan. When any one of you awakes up from sleep and performs ablution, he must clean his nose 3 times, for the devil spends the night in the interior of his nose. If any one of you, when having sexual relation with his wife, say, 'O Allah, protect us from Satan and prevent Satan from approaching our offspring,' and if he begets a child as a result of that relation, Satan will not harm it. No child is born, but that Satan touches it when it is born, whereupon it starts crying loudly because of being touched by Satan, except Mary and her son." And here we are at the heart of the matter. Despite the scientific pretensions of Muhammad, one cannot escape the undeniable truth embedded in his words. Even in Islam, Jesus remains pure and untouched by Satan, and for all the scientific and spiritual falsehoods Muhammad invented, he could not separate Christ from the divine. And so, the question stands, Whom would you rather trust with the salvation of your soul? The pure, glorious, sinless Messiah, the Word and Spirit of God, who never tasted death and is alive in heaven right now? Or the man who died from poison, bathed in water with dead dogs, and prescribed dates and urine as medicine?